So I'm pretty sure, guys, that those are little tiny mangoes right there. I think this thing fully set fruit. And it's only 3 feet tall, if that. The flowers on a mango are really pretty, actually. Look at that. Kind of like pink fluorescence there. Inflorescence. And pretty soon we'll get some new growth popping up here as soon as the heat comes. A little bit more flowers there. It'll be fun to follow this tree through the season. Maybe I'll try to get a couple of fruit to hang on it when it's that small and see how we go. Here's another one here. Look, it's got some new growth right there. Most beautiful coppery red growth ever. And it also has some little flowers here, has some flowers here. You really don't want these little trees to fruit too heavily just because they can fruit to death. All the energy goes to the fruit, not to the growth. So I won't allow too much. Look at the beautiful leaf, you guys, on a mango tree. I think it's one of the most beautiful leaves there is. It's just so beautiful and tropical looking. So this tree should be used, just ornamentally, regardless of whether it makes fruit or not. Now those are seedling grown over there. The seedling ones are extra vigorous. Here's a graft. This is a Malika mango. And, it's growing, but it's not growing as vigorously as the other. And it's because, anything that's grafted is kind of playing Frankenstein with it. Frankenstein just, he just didn't work out that well. He was theoretically, good and everything, but, anytime you do a Frankenstein, I don't know if you should really expect a lot. But anyway, hopefully we'll get this one going, this grafted one. And we got some buds. I guess that's a flower bud. This is a leaf bud here. So, but more importantly, you see how I utilize my microclimate. This is a west-facing wall here, stucco wall. It gets really warm. It has a roof above it, and this is an ideal place to try to grow something like a mango because you have all the last sunshine of the day heats this place up, and in the wintertime, and raises the temperature. It's going to be much warmer in here than it is like 20 feet away from the house. And so I'm going to plant mangoes elsewhere too, but I figure if there's a really big freeze, these mangoes are going to have a much better chance of survival than anywhere else. And there's a zone between the house and out that I noticed in freezes of 1990. The freeze of 1990 was just, this is like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Everything died. Everything, everywhere. Kind of like what happened to Texas this year. You see that? It's 2021. Texas got blistered. They hadn't had a freeze below 23, 24 degrees in 20 years. Then they got a freeze of -7. That's a pretty big gap. Not much can survive -7, like as far as tropical plants go. So I'm not sure what's gonna. Kind of want to fly there and see what's dead and what's not, and why it's not dead. But in 1990, I was able to do that in California, and I did see plants that were, planted near homes that did fine, and then a little further out, they were just dead. So it really told you the microclimates are so important to do this kind of thing with. And so as it is here, I'm hedging my bets. If there's a big freeze, I'll still have these mangoes in here. It'd be really nice. But again, I'll probably plant them out and about all by themselves as controlled experiments. And if it turns out that global warming comes, as it is, it seems like it's coming, and the trees regrow really well out there without protection, then this was maybe kind of whatever, not necessary. But you really don't know that because that's just the way it is. But anyway, if you really want to ensure success, or if you live in a fairly cold spot, this is actually a really good microclimate. See that hill? All the cold air drains off this thing, goes down to the bottom of the Central Valley. So we're able to grow citrus here. Here's the Phoenix reclinata palm. A lot of tender things that other people can't grow in this region. But even so, I wanted to give them the best possible chance. And you can see that's just such a wonderful spot for a microclimate for whatever you want to grow. Long gons, papaya, mango, lychee, whatever, all those things. So just keep that in mind. And then the mangoes, unlike the avocados, the mangoes like blazing hot sunshine. They just can't get enough of it. The mango or the avocados, they don't really like that so much. So if you have a really hot wall, you got to really sun protect your mango tree or your avocado trees if you try to utilize microclimates like this that are on the west face, because they're going to get blistered by the sun. You can see we have a little bit of filtration of the light here. It's not a big deal. So if you have that as well, then you don't have to worry about the sunburning if you use plants that get sunburnt. But if you're using mangoes, don't worry about the sunburning. It seems like it's not possible. And that, my friends, is how you use a microclimate to grow your mangoes. Come on down to Golden Gate Palms, get your mango. Well, actually, we don't have them right now, but we will soon. See ya.